So our health insurance journey has been probably over the last 5 years. We've been looking at plan design changes, making reductions in our benefits in order to keep our increases down. But on average, we probably have seen at least starting with a 10% increase annually, and then making the plan design changes in order to have the savings. And then from there, recently we had a 12%, 14% increase, and we just said this is enough. And we didn't want to compromise on the plan design change anymore, because once you make that change, you're really not going to get that benefit back. So this year, when we were looking at our options, we decided to bring in an additional broker as we were looking at going into a captive. So we had our fully insured option, we had a captive option, and then we brought self-fund health in and looked at what it meant to go down this fully insured path. And we were really excited about the unique variables that come along with self-fund health. And it was a major learning adventure and something very new to us. So I think what's different about self-fund health is the fact that it's a great fit for Wisconsin's rural school districts. So one of the things that they really focus on is making sure that you maintain a wide network. And on top of maintaining a wide network is that you also have that extra support of a first layer of a direct primary care. And we use the term kind of a gym membership that's purchased for everybody here in our school district, where that's the first tier. So they first go to the direct primary care that's purchased for our staff by us as a self-insured entity, and everything they do through that costs them nothing. So that's the zero. So our staff really do a lot of kind of trying to find that zero cost to them, and it's a new concept because really as health insurance users, it was getting pretty expensive for us. So this new concept of chasing a zero, that's very important. So we first had the direct primary care, and then a new concept I think that really stands out compared to other insurance is the nurse navigators. And those are the individuals that help the staff members find that preferred network, which if they use that preferred network, it continues to be a zero cost. So they help and support the staff find the best quality care at the best cost, and that comes with savings to the plan as far as being self-insured. So I think that really stands out as being very different compared to other insurance, and that absolutely is proven to be very successful for us. Moving from being fully insured to self-funded is a big deal for anybody. As a public entity, we always look for stability. So it really comes down to looking at the risk. So the risk with being self-insured. And a lot of the conversations when we were doing references or actually talking to peers about what does it mean to go to self-funded was about being too small. Is there a size that is too small? And I'll tell you, from making the leap and having the faith, there's no such thing as too small for being self-insured. And I think it's having the right model of the direct primary care with the self-navigators, having the right PBM, the pharmacy benefit manager, having all those pieces in place while still maintaining a wide network. So that's when it's going to work to move to self-insured. As a small school district in rural Wisconsin, I think one of the things that surprised me was the level of engagement that we had from our staff right out of the gate. So that's actually something that we celebrate here. Our stats are off the charts with the level of engagement. We work with our direct primary care providers, and we just had a meeting within the last month, and we are at probably like a 90% engagement where our staff are actually using the direct primary care. So that's when we had some conversations, and some of our teachers had shared with us, well, hey, we cut coupons. We're looking for the deal. So we believe in that. And so then I think something really beneficial was the location of the direct primary care. So for most of our staff, that like our DPC is right here in town. So it's almost like having an on-site clinic for us. So I think the surprise was the level of engagement right out of the gate. So that's something we definitely celebrate. So we see a lot of savings with our pharmacy benefit manager, and it's all about transparency. So on a monthly basis, we get reports that tell us where the savings are coming from. We also have seen savings with some major surgeries that if they were going through the traditional large entities, large hospital systems, would cost probably double the amount. So we get those reports on a regular basis. So I would say major surgeries, also that first tier with the DPCs, the direct primary care. Yes, we have a monthly fee, we pay for the membership, but with that, there's no cost to the actual visit then. And then the prescriptions that our staff are getting through those are coming at cost. So there's no additional charges added onto those. So say prescriptions across the board, a lot of savings through there, tons of transparency that comes with that. And then as well as the discounts by using the preferred network. So by sticking with the preferred network, we have the savings, but then our staff, a lot of our staff have experienced like next to zero cost up to this point. And here we are 7 months into the plan. Absolutely. I think that our employees have used the self-fund health navigators a lot. I think it's very important when you make this big kind of a change with this preferred network and this concept of a zero, like it's new. So we had staff that had high deductible health plans where the minute they walked in, here's $1,000, here's $1,500, here's a prescription for $400. And now they're like, I don't have a cost to the prescription. Like, wow. Right? Or instead of, I'm not sure where I should go, they pick up a number, they call the self-fund health nurse navigator. They're super qualified, very friendly, and they get that support. So I think to me, that's a big change though, and there's a learning curve that goes along with that. So the vast majority of our staff have used that. We still are looking for people to make that leap to everybody using the nurse navigators, going all in. But the positive part is we still have that wide network and we still have the traditional insurance that comes along with this. And so they're able to do that. So we use a lot of like growth mindset. We get to be a part of this. We get to grow with this. So I'm very confident that we'll continue to learn, and the key part is education, just learning and growing and celebrating and communicating what's going on. I'd say our overall experience has been very positive. We made the decision to move to self-fund health late in the game. We had a July 1 renewal, and I think we made that decision near the end of May. So the team at self-fund health was very responsive to us, and we had a ton of support. So I would say what's important for me to share is that when you make a decision to move to self-fund health as a self-insured model, is that yes, you have your partnership with your insurance broker for health insurance who helps you with all of your benefits, but you also have a major team that comes along with self-fund health with the nurse navigators and your new partnerships with your direct primary care that you just don't have otherwise. So you don't have partnerships with the hospital systems necessarily. We have partnerships now with doctors and nurses that help us navigate our benefits. And that is like a world of difference of change. So I would say, take the leap, go for it, absolutely. We've seen the savings, and the biggest concern was about the stability on behalf of our staff and making sure that the savings were there. We had seen large renewals, 10%, 12%, other like 15% renewals on our own, and we were not able to join into like different consortiums. So in this instance, we went on our own, had that leap of faith, and everything's been super positive. So I would say, go for it.